am Nadia Cesaria Kinanti from the Biology Education Study Program. Today, I will explain the material above mangrove. 1. What are the mangrove? 2. South Asia mangrove, the world legend and best default. 3. Mangrove flora. 4. Mangrove fauna. 5. Beneath derived from mangrove. And 6. Mangrove function. What are mangrove? The term mangrove is used to define both in the plant that occur in the tidal forest and to describe the community itself. Mangrove can be broadly divided as weedy vegetation types occurring in marine and the brackish environments. They are generally restricted to the tidal zone, which is a strip of coast starting from the lowest low water level up to the highest high water level spring tide. A few explanations. They occur only in the tropics and subtropics, and their close equivalent in the temperate zone are herbaceo salt marshes. Point 2. South Asia mangrove, the world large and best default. Its means of form worldwide extension of mangrove vary from over 15 million hectares. South Asia mangrove are the best default and probably the most species diverse in the world. 52 South Asia species are found in the mangrove habitat only, and now else this group social through mangrove species include 42 trees and shrubs. Record a worldwide total of 16 plant species exclusive to the mangrove habitat, and all the lists are not entirely identical. Its experience, the South Asia has a very significant share of true mangrove species. Next, point 3. Mangrove flora. Flora and diversity. South Asia mangrove are the best default and most species differ in the world. Record a worldwide total of 16 plant species exclusive to the mangrove habitat, and although the lists are not entirely identical, its appearance, the South Asia has a very significant share of the true mangrove species. The large plant family recorded in the South Asia mangrove are the Leguminose Fabaceae or legumes, 22 species, Cyperacea oscedus, 17 species. Some of the most common families above in species with a very wide geography range. Cypre and Poaceae and consistent large and ubiquitous wet space. The diverse experience do not only hold for angiosperm but seem to be true for other plants. Taxon, it may be concluded the Indonesia mangrove are in one of the most important distributional centers of mangrove associated with mangrove in the world. And next, mangrove fauna. Mangrove provide food shelter at home for many animal species, which in some ways are not markedly different from terrestrial environments, in other ways are totally different. Example, mollusks. Mollusks are about in South Asia mangrove. For instance, has described a total of 91 species from one site in Keras in the Mangroves, Indonesia. Some of these 91 species occur as fauna in the soil, others at ground level, while the remainder occur on the vegetation. And crabs. Crabs are particular above in mangrove Indonesia of 10 to 17 individuals per square meter and can be found. Record a total of 28 crab species in mangrove of Sulawesi and has often in the case. The dominant genre are Cesaria and Uka. Okay, next, beneath derived from mangrove. Mangroves are high beneficial as they yield many valuable products, while also forming free of cost many important functions to support the often desert host population. Economical, they are thus high important be it local, region, or even national level. Wood, timber, and tannin. For its people have exploitation mangrove for timber and flue, and even commercial exploitation has a long history. Combination with export of timber as durably poles, bark for tannin, and charcoal from mangrove area to large towns. Tourism. Mangrove area are increasingly become important for tourism, education, and study, especially in areas where they are readily accessible. In Malaysia, for example, Kelas Nature Park on the west coast of peninsular Malaysia is a popular destination for nature lovers, visitors, and students. Last, mangrove function. Shoreline protection. Mangrove play an important role in protecting shoreline from waves. Winds are strong. The roots of mangrove plant bind establish the substrate. The plants themselves dissipate wave and current energy, and the vegetation as wool can strip segments. Support to food web. The role of mangrove in supporting near-shore fisheries and thaw through. Firstly, they play an important role in the life cycle of many fish, shrimp, and mollusks. Species are thus enforcement provide a combination of shelter and via the described kind, and a bauxite for organic matter food. Secondly, mangroves are net export of organic matter to provide food for organisms that even weather well outside the actual mangrove. Okay, enough material for today. So thank you and see you. Bye bye.